Okay. Next is the bathroom, man. I walked past the mirror and I realized that maybe that's my body looks way better. Like I appreciate my body more now that I am tuning up. And I am tuning up with not just cardio but with boxing and MMA and it's like, wow, very interesting. Although I feel like I will have to quit or take a pause and rearrange my schedule after 75 hard because it's a lot. I'm going to lie to you, it's a lot. The only reason I'm doing all this is because, and to be very, very honest, I really don't know how I'm sustaining myself. It may sound like a cliche, but all I know is that magically some interesting deals just come along and it makes me remember this whole idea of faith, right? That faith is a very strong thing for you to have. That faith that it will get done, at some point it will get done. That's good. Nothing as good as that. Like, if you can get yourself towards the flow state and you get into it when somehow you become one with the task. And one of that trick I think has worked for me when it comes to getting into flow state is it's actively actually it's meditation. I tell people that there is almost no reason, right, for one not to meditate. And somebody asks, is there a downside to meditation? I would say it depends on what you see as a downside, right? Because some people, when I start to meditate, kind of realize that some desires die off, and I also see it's very easy to kill off some desires. So what desires like? I can choose not to have sex. Like someone can be naked in my front, I choose not to have sex. It may feel like a superpower, but if you zoom out and realize that, it makes you feel like maybe nonchalant, kind of, or something. So, this lady at the gym, yeah, at this particular branch, but this is not the regular gym. It's not the same branch I go to, and I'll say that I think she's putting a lot of effort. Right? And I always say that, well, maybe it's not my attention she's getting, it's just doing her thing. And then I kind of realize that even though it's not my attention, it's kind of disturbing me up here. Right. Well, that's by the way. Um, I'm thinking of whether to approach or not, but very honest, I've approached a lot of people recently and it just dies down after approaching them. It's almost like, okay, there's no follow up because I really don't have time for that. I mean, I'm thinking of quitting MMA boxing and I'm asking myself, is my attention not split too wide? Because, yes, some days I want to get into the ring, right? Because it will force me to train It will force me to train, and force me to train because I'm going to fight somebody. So I don't want to be this person who is training for hobby, who is training for fun. I want to make it practical because one thing is that going to the gym will build your muscles, make you look good, make you look confident, attractive. But knowing how to fight will definitely put you in a mental space that a lot of people aren't. If you listen to fighters talk, you get to know that these guys are not guys that you joke or you mess around with. And whether like it or not, people that know how to fight are always the last to start a fight because they know that, or rather, they are more conscious of themselves. So if they can avoid the fight, they will actually avoid the fights. It's crazy how it's the weak people who start everything. But when it gets heated and the weak people begin to make noise, guess who becomes the victim? The ones that are strong who did not start the fight. So I think. So yeah, so today I'm going to practice that podcast thingy again. The goal is they ask me questions. The whole idea is from a podcast to short clips. They ask me questions that young men asking themselves, asking around, or helping young men understand some things. So what I'm practicing with that, like I have the answers. But what I'm practicing is delivering my answers in a way that is precise. Like you can hear the answer and get it. So I'll have to rehearse that again today. So I also want to like create like a couple of videos on the podcast. So I think that would be my best way of creating content because from a podcast I could get maybe like 10 short clips. And I think, like I said, my practice this time around, there are zero scripts. So I feel that will make me create that authentic nature. Right. So I'll be trying out different things until I find my kind of content. Right. So I was thinking of that modeling stuff, right? That if I've modeled for someone for free, right? Okay. What do I stand the chance if I become a model? Obviously, not maybe a super model, but like a basic model for like maybe I don't know how it goes, but maybe just try to look at the way it rubs into my vision. If I see how it rubs into it, because I had this vision of me creating merch and who will be the best model of the brand, if not for me, right? But to force it to live a certain way, I'm not saying I have to become a model, but I'm like maybe because I've done it once already. I've done it once, and people have considered me for modeling again. Maybe there may be something here that I'm not saying, and I feel like that's where the universe talks to you by sprinkling opportunities where you don't see them. So I'm done. See you at the boxing. Okay, so basically done with. Oh, yeah. I was on my left hand because for what reasons? My left arm feels very more difficult to. Like, that's supposed to be something that's enjoyed, right? That's something that's not enjoyed. So, not two people don't have the exact same life. Again, I don't have anything to show up to tell them. But I remember one of my guys said that it's not about following up, right? It's about just having that vibe that one, you can do it. Two, is that you're taking chances. And if you think about it, that's life. Taking chances, taking as many chances as possible. Putting yourself in situations where you get rewarded heavily if you take the risk. And worse the worst if you fail. After all, you had courage to try. And I kind of realized that I was listening to a motivational audio coming here, and it says courage is all you need to live the life that you desire. I'm like, let's keep on. I found my key. Guys, I put my key inside there. Okay, so yeah, I mean, where else? Well, think about it, right? But based on that word courage makes you realize that almost everything you're looking for needs courage. Anything. Yeah, it's building wealth, building a family. Just ask myself that. What level will I need to get to for me to consider marriage? Whether that's my first one, second or third. I do believe that polygamy is the future though. Really, really. The women are yet to understand that no matter what is really happening in the marriage or dating scene. I think it's because if we dig the experiences I want to have as much experiences that are authentic to us. Right? That's a real flex in life. It's a real flex in life. Having your experience. So that means if you're like me, I've told myself that I will not live a life where I don't know how to fight. I will not live a life where I don't have a very attractive body on my terms, right? And it has come from you because people will come to the gym and start competing with other gym bros for bigger muscles. Okay, is that what you want? If it is what you want, good. Because no single kind of body is better than another body. It's about what you want to achieve. I think guys with large muscles and these guys with large muscles, they're able to move faster than me. That's why they've trained years. Them, that's what they care about. And I tell people that that itself is the foundation for the subtle art of not giving a fuck. athletes or maybe cross sports. I don't know. I want to see who the most athletic guys are. So that's a run. I don't know how to do it. Maybe football, mixed with basketball. Something that just crosses each other though. Random thoughts. Tell me back. Yeah, speaking of experiences, yeah, I feel like everyone should have the most authentic, the most experiences authentic to them. It doesn't make sense sacrificing all you want to do for the sake of money. I feel that you should. It makes sense if you can organize your life in a way that you get paid well, right, for what you want to do. That's how life is supposed to be, and that's the idea of Kigai. You get paid for what you want to do, that's what you love. You get paid for something that's purpose driven. Ah, coach, when you say up punches, do you add uppercut? Yeah. So I'll have like a quick spar with Ibrahim. Maybe max 20 minutes because I have to be out of it. I'm with the key to the office basically. So, um, so today one thing I noticed was if you learn to trust the process, what that means is that I'm trying to like punch right, and because of I'm stiff, my punches are not moving fast, and because I'm not floating, I feel like I'm too heavy on my feet. So well, I think I'm grateful for the fact that I was able to pick it up today. Last time today, this hand drop delayed me. One thing about wrapping my wrist wrap like this is that my fingers are already tired, right? And still, any slight mistake, this entire wrap is going on the ground and unwrapping itself. At that point, I was bundling it in my bag. I'm proving discipline. Yeah. So discipline compounds because today I looked at my room. I saw a couple of stuff that I may not have laid properly. I'll be chance of laying them when I get back. A lot of people claim to be nice, not because they are authentically good people, because they want to be applauded by society. But what does that create? That creates people who end up becoming bitter because they're not making it authentic kindness or goodness. They're doing it in a way that I'm doing it because I want everybody to think I'm nice, or I want everyone to treat me like I'm nice. So much like if there was no reward to their niceness, they wouldn't be nice people. So the goal is not for you for one to be rash or wicked or brute. It's about people finding their proper mode of operating, a proper mode of navigating life. And I tell people that it's best for you to be authentic self. Because I want you to be authentic self is to focus on what you are saying no to. Because if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Sometimes I tell my guys that if you're talking to a girl, right, and she's not a 7, I feel like at some point, right, when you start attracting girls, one thing you realize is initially, right, when you get this mindset I'm referring to, you might entertain somebody who takes you to be 2/10. Later you upgrade to a 3/10, and a 4/10, and a 5/10. At some point, I don't deal with anybody who don't takes me to be a 7/10. When I started with the average girls, and I step up to like way more attractive ladies. But at the same time, I feel like what I've noticed is that when you start approaching very attractive ladies, a lot of them they're very boring. They don't compensate the personality. I mean, seeing an attractive girl with a personality, a very interesting personality, is a win. It's a very big, huge one. Like if you see someone like that, that is good as fuck. I tell guys that my guys, when that as you attract the very attractive ladies, the eights, nines, tens, become very interesting. You should aim to become a very interesting person. If not, if you feel like you're talking to a bumbling, trying to be respectful here, but if you feel like nothing positive can come out of this, or each other. So I want to go and take pictures in the bathroom and maybe wait for Ibrahim. If it's because I have to leave it by 8:25, fuck about 8:25. So You should know that my time is. I'm not going to give many extra time because I'm with the key to the office. Then hopefully, if this person, if the new team member is what I think he is, I feel like my content game is about to step up. And that's the university's way of telling you that it's got your back. So again, those the angle is coming from is not really so good because it's going to what's going to happen is this is my face here. The whole idea is you want some level of shadow. So if you look at this, is it the camera will be? Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm in the middle, like middle of the frame, the middle frame. And so now, if you look at the lights very well, do I have shadows at all, or is my face completely lit up? Completely, zero shadows. That's because this is coming from here, right? This has not even expanded fully. This one is coming. So you want to have like a break in the angles. If it is coming, that should come from behind. What's going to happen is going to create this effect on my back. At the same time, leaving some room of shadows or something here. So I'm going to move this further to the right and move that completely over to this side. I'm not even sure there's any extra socket there, but take it then let me push this one to the other. We have a very short time before an animal comes to your back. Yeah. That's why women have to feel safe during sex. Don't realize that if anything comes, this man is here to protect me. That's why a woman needs a level of safety where she can have sex with anybody. Now the second part now is even though you have calmed your mind, right? And then you tell yourself, okay, fine, I'm having sex in a room, not in a bush. You need to be able to handle what they call it, the time. That means to handle your mind, you need meditation. You need to calm your thoughts in meditation. To handle your cardiovascular system, you need to have some good cardio. So meditation and cardio are two habits that men can have to boost their performance in the bedroom. The third part is mostly gimmicks, things that you can do to make the moment fun. You're surprised about the bush stuff?
Yes.
So the brain has not really evolved. The brain has not evolved since God created it. That's the reason. If I throw a toy snake, as in a snake that looks like a real snake, you will not check whether the snake is real or not. If I throw a snake that is alive but not poisonous, you will not want to mind if it is poisonous. Even though the owner is shouting it is not poisonous, your brain is shut off. That's why I tell people that if you look at what people are doing, human beings are animalistic first. Before we are animals who can think. What that means is the moment the animal in us triggers comes out, thinking leaves the window. So only very few people can think when there's chaos. If a bomb blows off, who the fuck is thinking of what do they call it? Of where to run though? The people will run in the direction where most human beings are running towards. That is how and because human beings are very predictable, that is how human beings were able to think, right? How human beings hunted, is it buffaloes? So buffaloes have their eyes on the side. So when they want to catch buffaloes are very difficult to catch. So back then what they'll do is they know there's a cliff, right? They will scare buffaloes to the cliff because the buffaloes can see their front, they can see their sides. So and the reason that they are wired like that, what happens, they'll chase them to a direction or cause chaos here, so they run in the direction of the cliff. When they get there, they cause chaos there so that they can break the pattern. But the point is, human beings are animals first. So there's chaos, and the animal brain kicks in and picks up. So same thing with the sex. Sex doesn't happen. When it comes to sex, the brain needs to realize that, okay, come, we are in the bush, right? We don't have time. So when people laugh at animals who are doing that, it's because they know that they're in the jungle. We think that we are what, in a bedroom, so it's safe. But the animal part of us is not saying that. The animal part of us is saying that, come, Oga, we are seeing a bush. There could be anything happening. But yeah, when sex is happening, that is where most people are vulnerable to anything. I have this very interesting story on how I overcame the fear of women. Not I was overcoming it in bits, but a major thing happened was I was in long distance running, so I had this hard situation. So that means that doctors are just scaring me of a surgery. Well, I was like, bro, this is like death staring me in the face. So I was taking walks every day. I saw these kittens lying around the road. One kitten was approaching me. And all the kittens, like 6 of them were approaching me. I was afraid, right, that these kittens were approaching me because in Nigeria, kittens are like baby witches. So They were approaching me when I approached them. Like three will run away, three will stay. Then it dawned on me that hold on, I'm afraid of the kittens, but the kittens are afraid of me. It does not make any sense. So I stood there and watched them come to me. They came to me, I touched some run away. And it was at that moment that I realized that women are doing a lot to attract guys. But the guys are also doing a lot to run away from women. Something is not right somewhere. So what happened was the next day when I was going on a walk, I spoke to three women randomly, right? And these are the women who were taking regular walks, who knew that I stay in the estate and they could see my face regularly. And when I walked up to them, just felt like, just felt like, I said, okay, good afternoon, I see you walking around, how you doing? And that was all. They were all attractive. So I got three names next day and realized that women want to be approached. Forget the facade they put in your front. Even though you're afraid, just go out there and say rubbish. Just I see you a lot. Have you noticed? Or I've been seeing you a lot. Just something stupid though, and just break the ice. When you break that initial ice, get to realize that she's a human being who is looking for guys to talk to. If she's married or she has a boyfriend, she wants attention.